We're back. Hey guys, my name is Tommy. Welcome back, as I just said, to the channel. Finally, we have some definitive Pathfinder 2nd Edition content. And for me, the guy who's been playing Pathfinder for forever and has been a big fan of Pathfinder's world, its lore, forever. Y'all see that map right there? Let's go on an adventure. That map right there is a map of the Inner Sea region. It has been in my backdrop so long as I was able to help it for basically my whole career, and my friends, we have seen what the Inner Sea will look like at least a little bit in our forthcoming lore book, The Inner Sea 2, Electric Boogaloo, and today we're here to talk all about it. As always, if you guys are liking what you're seeing, if you're still hyped for that Pathfinder This Many edition, let us know down in the comments. Be sure to like, subscribe, ding the bell, because that time is upon us, my friends. The content is rolling once again, and today, this episode of your Pathfinder 2nd Edition preview content was brought to you by literally every last one of my patrons. I'd like to take a moment, and just all of you, every single last one of you, from those of you who put $1 or $2 in the jar every month, to those of you who support me in the triple digits, thank you all so much for allowing me to do that thing it is that I enjoy doing and also eat food. It has been a phenomenal almost 2 years. We get to do this cool stuff literally because of y'all. Anyway, I'm rambling. Somebody's gonna complain in the comments about how I'm taking too long to get to content. Fie on you, I say. Let's dive in. Alrighty guys, if we crack open the Tuesday blog, Tales of Lost Omens, we have a lot to see, we have a lot to unpack, so just gonna dive right in on it. Man, I haven't said this one in so long. Yeah, here we go. Quote! Starting next week, hot on the heels of what's sure to be the best PaizoCon yet, and you better believe we'll have that coverage. We'll be showing the first of the new regions of the Pathfinder setting as presented in the Lost Omens World Guide, which we henceforth on the channel will always refer to as the Inner Sea 2 Electric Boogaloo, because that's just a better name. I'm sorry, it's really good. It's a missed opportunity, Paizo. I have to make sure you don't miss that. These 10 meta regions are geographically contiguous and thematically linked sections of the Inner Sea region, each intended to be a bit more accessible to new players and GMs than the previous 40+ nations presented in the Inner Sea World Guide. We did a series, The Inner Sea Region, a 5-minute tour at the very outset of BDG, and it took a long time to get done because there's a lot to cover. Though I'm sure we will still see splat books, cutting it up by provinces a la Skyrim, for lack of a better way to say it, is not the worst idea ever. And certainly there are some regions in the Inner Sea that just have less going on than the ones presented in APs and things. Tying them in all as one makes it kind of seem a little more travelable as well. You know what I mean? Like, you could start in the lands of the Lenorm Kings, and you could travel down to Varizia and still be in what the setting is calling one region. Also, does that say New Thassalon? How many stone giants did I punch in the face to make that not happen? Clearly, I need to play Return of the Rune Lords and see what happened there. Anyway, moving forward, quote, in addition to new groupings of neighboring nations, we've also updated the status quo of the setting to incorporate the effects of the past 12 years of adventures. We'll share a few of these changes every Tuesday until August, and we'll have them Wednesday is what that means, giving you a glimpse of the state of the world in 4719 AR and beyond. Don't worry though, we'll do our best not to spoil past APs for those still finishing up their first edition campaigns, which is good, because I'm probably going to be playing first edition APs for a long time. We're running 2 on the channel right now, assuming my Carrion Crown party doesn't get themselves TPK'd. But on that note, let's unpack this map a little bit, shall we? And I guess moving forward really quickly, there's kind of no way to look at this map without spoiling some of the adventure paths for both my players, because some of you are playing in regions that are very different now, and people out there as well who might see a name and be like, oh, wait a minute, no! Anywho, we see the world now is split up into 10 meta regions, as the blog said. The Saga Lands, which contains the lands of the Lenorm Kings, Varizia, Irisin, the realm of the Mammoth lands. Wait, what? That feels typo-y. And I'm not sure how that works. The land itself cannot have a realm. What? Confusion! As well as New Thassalon. Yeah, I really need to see what happens in Return of the Rune Lords. Clearly, I definitely like how this region of the map actually has snow on it in the art. In the old map, we didn't have that, and it didn't look really, like, wintry, and I can definitely appreciate that. Anyway, if we move directly to our right, we have the Eye of Dread, which contains Multhurn, Nirmathos, Belkzen, and Ustalav. Spooky things region, basically. I am very curious to see how the orcs of Belkzen move forward 10 years, and I'm a little concerned that Nirmathos and Multhurn have fallen into the same grouping as Pathfinder's spooky gothic horror land, but I'm sure we'll find out more about that later, won't we? I'm sure everyone's fine. No one's brought back as zombies. No one is killed. We're all best friends! Anywho, driving across the rest of Northern Avestan, we hit the Broken Lands, which contain Razmeron, the River Kingdoms, Brevoy, Mendev, Numeria, and a new region known as the Sarkoris Scar. Adam, Jason, Tim, Nick, headphones off right now. Stop listening. Where once the World Wound was. I think we all assumed at the end of Wrath of the Righteous, well, the righteous would have their wrath and we wouldn't have to worry about demons pouring forth from a wound literally in the earth. But I do have to wonder what we're not seeing on the map right now. Is there a region there? Certainly it stands to reason that there might be, given that there's definitely a new kingdom in the Northern River Kingdoms, a la the end of the Kingmaker Adventure Path. Oh yeah, we're doing that in 2nd edition now as well. If you guys want to hear my 2 cents on Kingmaker in 2nd edition, let me know, put it in the comments, we'll make a video. Lately I've been playing so much of the CRPG Kingmaker, I'm a little saturated, but hey, if y'all want it, we got it. Also, why is Mendev still a state? That doesn't need to be a state. Notice how there's no longer a last wall? Hey, wait, there's no longer a last wall. Uh-oh, that's bad, big bad, uh-oh. But why is Mendev a nation? Mendev was a nation of crusaders to fight the World Wound. I have a suspicion. Anyway, the Shining Kingdoms take up Taldor, Andrin, Druma, Kyonin, and Tanglebriar, which is now well and truly apparently its own region. Tree Razor is apparently doing very well for himself, as well as Galt, and the Five Kings Mountains. Basically is the holdings of Taldor before the Empire fell apart, move them forward north just a little bit. And having GM'd a game that I regret that I never got to finish, might start that one up again, if I ever had the time. Lord the Caliber reboot. So seeing that look kind of like real and a thing in Pathfinder's world is pretty cool, especially if, and I guess there's no real can confirm, can deny thing on this right now, but if all of those nations in the Shining Kingdoms answer to someone in, say, Opara. Drifting back west, the next region is Old Cheliax, containing Cheliax, Nidal, and Isger. This basically is what they looked like before as well. You would need to grab Multhurn, Nirmathos, and like Southern Varizia to make it the rest of their holdings. But that has an interesting connotation as well, doesn't it? Is the Empire of Devils gone? If this is Old Cheliax, where is New Cheliax? Again, there's a lot of stuff we're not seeing on this map because we're very, very zoomed out. I sincerely hope we still have region by region splats. Time, of course, will tell, but man, I'd sell my soul to know that information. Oh, really, Tommy? Nope, Asmodeus, shoo. Not now. Sorry. Hermia, I assume Mediogalti Island, and the Shackles as well, take place in literally the high seas. Yarg, matey. Absalom also has its own independent region as fitting the city at the center of the world where people travel to become gods. It appears that the Kelishite might have invaded northern Garund again, because next we have Kadira, Katapesh, Osirion, Thuvia, and Rahadum, the Golden Road. That name tells me a lot. The Golden Road originally started in Kadira's capital of Kathir, and it ran all across the breadth of the Padishah Empire of Kalesh. It was the Silk Road, right? You want to get rich, you go there. Now it appears to extend all across the northern parts of Garund. Does that mean the Kalesh have conquered? Does that mean peaceful trade agreements? Does that mean slavery is still legal in Katapesh? I have about a billion questions. I'm not even gonna lie. Anyway, 2 more. The Mwangi Expanse retains its name and adds Sargava as well as the Sodden lands to its holds. However, we don't see Sargava anywhere on this map, which also gives me a many big suspicion that it may not be a thing anymore. Again, though, time will tell. Lastly, the Impossible Lands, which also makes me wonder if the Impossible Kingdom of Vudra might have made its way into the Inner Sea, containing Jalmaray, formerly a holding of the Impossible Kingdom of Vudra, as well as the Mana Wastes, Geb, and Nex. Or maybe this is just necromancy and guns and robots and things. Yes, impossible! In any case, I'm really looking forward to unpacking all of this as we see it going next week. These videos will come out on Wednesday. They will come out the day after the blog is released, as has been BDG's standard throughout all of our 2nd edition coverage. That said, the additional amount of time spent on this video and the fact that when we started doing the playtest stuff, I was nowhere near as successful as a YouTuber. I was nowhere near as busy. So this will take the place of Faction Fridays. But like I said, as we started seeing 2nd edition stuff, you would see it here. Still haven't found my Cavalier though, Paizo. Where have you hidden it? In any case, what do you think about the new regions, guys? Do we like them? Do we hate them? Are we gonna just ignore this map forever and just do homebrew stuff? Or now do we have 10 definitive areas on Golarion to send our armies out to conquer? Down there in the comments, we'll keep that conversation going, guys. Anyway, that's all the time we have for tonight. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. The next episode of your Pathfinder 2nd Edition content, PaizoCon, no less, will drop no later than next Tuesday.